Welcome to Healing Over Here, the podcast where we journey together through healing, self-discovery, and empowerment.
Join your host, T, each week as she dives into topics that help you heal and become the best version of yourself.
Whether you're dealing with loss, navigating complex emotions, or seeking inspirational support, you're in the right place.
Join us as we explore insightful conversations, practical tips, and heartfelt stories that remind you that healing is possible, and it starts right here, right now.
Let's go!
Welcome back to Healing Over Here. I am your host, T, and today I am joined by a very special guest. Miss B has graced us with her presence again because this is going to be part 2 to episode number 4, titled Sexually Transmitted Diseases, better known as STDs. And how can we talk about this topic without bringing on Miss B to give her insight on the teenagers and those who are in their 20s, so she can kind of give her perspective on STDs today in 2024. So before I turn it over to her, I just wanted to share the 10 top states with the highest STD rates, okay? Because I feel like that is important for us to understand. And even if you're not living in one of these 10 states, because I am, and Miss B is as well, but even if you're not living in one of these 10 in these 10 top states, please understand you can still catch it, okay? So continue to protect yourself. You are what matters most, right? Your health, your safety. I've talked about that in part 1. That is what matters the most. And you have to look out for you. You cannot put it on another person because they're not going to be looking out for you. They're going to be looking out for themselves, and they're just trying to get the cookie or the vitamin D. They're not thinking about nothing else. It's I want the cookie or I want the vitamin D, right? So here are the top 10 states. Coming in at number 10, Arizona. Okay. And I know it's hot out there in the summer. So Arizona. Number 9, Arkansas. Okay. Number 8, North Carolina. Number 7, Alabama. Number 6, okay, Miss B, South Carolina. Number 5, this is me, Georgia Peach, Georgia. Number 4, can you believe it? Alaska. I was like, dang, Alaska? Number 3, South Dakota. Number 2, Louisiana. And coming in the number 1 spot, Mississippi. Okay. And this particular list is as of January 31st, 2024. Okay. So this is this year. This is from the data that they were able to compile. And this is U.S. News. So again, stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. Get tested. Come up with your game plan, whether you're negative or positive, because even if you're negative, that's cool, but you got to stay that way, right? So work on your game plan. If you're positive, okay, lesson learned, come up with your game plan. So it's game plan time. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Miss B.
Yes. So I just wanted to speak a little bit about, I heard the other podcast and I just basically wanted to pick up on a few things.
You've heard part 1?
Yes, I did. It was amazing. You gave some great insight about the different diseases, what they are. So you are so right. A lot of people my age, they think that just because we're young, we can't catch any disease. Only older people are impacted, but I feel like we are the most active generation at the moment because we're young, not even generation, just from 18 to 24. well, from 16 to 24, that those are the years that you losing your virginity. Like usually when someone loses their virginity, they go out and pop, right? Because it's like you done lost it, you feeling good, and you jumping from person to person. But I feel like that is usually the prime time that people need to take being sexual serious, because everybody is cheating on everybody. Like nobody is loyal anymore. Nobody likes to stay with everybody. No one likes to stay with one person. You know, everybody likes to be bops and just jump from this person to this person. I always believed in staying active with one person. I don't know where that narrative changed, but I feel like everybody's giving you the same thing. So why not just have one? Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know. But I just feel like it's safer to just be active with one person. Me personally, I can't trust anything these days. So I choose to be celibate until I'm married. Like I said in a previous podcast, I regret losing my virginity at 18. I'm glad that it happened when I was in my last year in high school, but it's just so much going on in the world, you know, mixing energy and gaining all these different soul ties are just wasted. Like all these wasted bodies girls are gaining for what? Like you said in the other podcast, some diseases do not have symptoms, which people don't even know like what to even look for. It's like some people are just looking for like bumps or green stuff or, you know, the most common symptoms. I feel like there are people there are people walking around with so many diseases, not saying nothing because they still want to get it in and they don't want to scare nobody. And they still like, oh, let's just do it. And then boom, now you got the disease. So that stuff spreads so easily, y'all. Like oral, something don't even have to be inserted in your private part. And I'm talking to the ladies specifically. Just by giving head, you can get that. I mean, skin to skin contact, like you said, Miss T, there's a disease out there. You don't even have to do anything. Just hugging, like touching, period. So that's why you have to remain sanitary, 6 feet apart. I'm assuming it's just so much stuff going on. My best advice to the younger people is to just have antibiotics on hand. I know some of my friends, they have it because they're sexually active and they don't use protection because they're on birth control with their partner. But they always, after every session, they take those pills to stop whatever could be developed. That don't mean that it's going to not come. That's going to probably minimize the symptoms and probably help it go away or whatever. So I feel like that's my recommendation, to just have that on deck. But
what kind of pills? Can you be specific? I know you say antibiotics, but what?
I don't know the brand. I can give that name to you to put in the description below if anybody wants it. I do not know the brand because I don't take them. I'm not active, and I will probably never be active until I'm married to somebody, because I've seen so much things. And I know a girl that has a disease right now from this guy that she was with, her boyfriend. They were together for like 5+ years, and he was out there cheating, and they never used protection because she's on birth control, and she didn't caught something because he done slept with a girl after all these years. So I don't trust anybody. Like even with the condom, like condoms bust. Some people, they do things on your body instead of in you, and that is touching you as well. So it's like, it's just really nasty to me. Sometimes it can become scary. Like, dang, do I even want to do this anymore? But I just feel like us younger people, we definitely need to protect ourselves. I don't believe in having multiple sex partners. I don't see the reason why. I just feel like what you're getting from one person, you don't have to get from everybody else because it's the same thing. Technically, I look at it as the man using you. And I'm speaking to the men in my generation as well. I feel like y'all should be more honest about your body and your health. I mean, I know some people are selfish that don't care. They're just trying to get their nut in and go. But you all should just be very honest about, who you're being active with and what you have. Get checked up. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I feel like you all should definitely get checked up and don't use other people's results, because that's another thing. People do not send accurate results. Somebody will be like, "Oh, send me your results," and they'll send somebody else's, or they'll look up a positive result sheet and send that on. I feel like if you're asking somebody, either go to the clinic with them or be in person with them and watch them log in that portal. And make sure it's nobody else's portal as well. Make sure it's their portal, and make sure that their name is at the top right. And for us women, not only men should be getting tested, women should be getting tested as well. That's another thing, because it's like we be wanting they test and this and this and this. But as a woman, you could be carrying something as well, and you don't even know it. And I'm talking to the most sexually active women out there. Y'all be wanting, oh, I need his test. I need his test. Some females are very nasty and dirty as well, and they don't even know it. I know some of the symptoms which were really nasty was green pus, bumps that look like a bunch of, it's just disgusting. And some of these don't have any cure. Some do. But just protect yourself. That's all I would have to say for tonight. I feel like there's no rush. I feel like we have a whole life ahead of us, and I'm talking to my teen audience. I mean, a lot of girls, I know they gain bodies because they want to feel worthy, or they feel beautiful only in that intimate time. But I feel like we can pour that energy into elsewhere. Like, we don't have to sit here and hop from man to man. All that buildup and pressure can go somewhere else, in my opinion. I don't really have a story to relate to. I know I usually have things I relate to when we talk about certain topics on this podcast, but I can only speak on my friends. They take pills. I know, well, this don't have nothing to do with diseases, but I know I take urinary tract health pills, cranberry pills. I take a bunch of pH balance things, and that's another thing, because when and let's move away from the diseases for a little bit. As women, I feel like you all should be very careful of who you're having sex with as well, because if they're clean or not. Let's put the diseases away from us for a second. Some men are not clean. Like, they pee, they don't wipe. They just put it back in their pants. Some people don't wash their penis. Let's be raw here. Some people don't wash their private part. They just put it inside of you, and then not knowing that can throw off your pH balance, because that has happened before. You can, and it's also a man's diet as well, because your diet can affect your smells, the smells that are happening, the discharge and all that other stuff. My recommendation to girls and I'm gonna probably do a more detailed episode on here about pH balances for girls, just tips and tricks, not even tricks, just tips and advice to give y'all if somebody throws off your pH balance, how to go about it. Me personally, I'll just tell a few tips right now. I take cranberry gummies, and I also drink a lot of cranberry juice. Some people say it's not good to drink a lot of cranberry juice because it's a blood thinner, but I love it to death, and I drink a lot of water. Just eat fruit. Even if you're not sexually active, don't just do it because you're sexually active. Do it because you just want to keep that smell clean. Now, if somebody throws it off, do not keep having sex with that person. because that is literally your body telling you, like, okay, he's dirty. I'm telling y'all, like, your body responds in so many ways, and I feel like we don't listen to our bodies. If somebody does throw off your pH balance, do not have sex for the next 2 weeks. Try to get that back good. I recommend.
And can I interject right here?
Sure.
Sometimes when someone throws off your pH balance, they're cheating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially if it's a person that you've been active with and this is a new thing. But some people, like, even for the first time, that means that they either have another partner. And mind you, that girl may have the other girl that he's cheating on with, may have an off pH balance as well. And it's passing on to you. So raw sex is very disgusting when a spouse is cheating and you don't know it. That's why I can't trust anything. But it either means that Miss T, or they're just not clean. Because if somebody is dirty, they're gonna throw you off. It's gonna throw your body off. Cause it's like all that bacteria inside of you. And I know that we as women, we clean ourselves, it cleans itself out. Especially during our cycles and everything. But we're definitely going to go into detail with this, and we're going to name the next podcast probably Girl Talk. And I'm going to cover me and Miss T. We're going to cover pH balances. I covered a little bit, but I can go deeper. We're going to cover hygiene tips. We're going to cover a lot of things, especially if you're sexually active, because when you're sexually active, there's a lot of fluids going on inside of you, coming out of you onto somebody else. It's a lot. So your body may not know how to take that. My advice is to take supplements. If it is a problem, just eat a lot of fruit, clean things. Sometimes the things that we eat can throw off our own pH balance. They really don't even have to be another person involved. Greasy food or meats, red meats can throw it off. Because, as women, we know how we smell. So, like, if something smells a little off one day, okay, you should say to yourself, okay, let me cut back on this. Let me eat more fruits. Let me drink more water. Let me drink more cranberry juice. I saw this lady on TikTok. She put ginger. She made like a drink. It was pineapple juice. That's another thing you can drink as well to throw it back on if somebody else throws it off. But make sure you do not keep having sex with this person. Like, if this person, and a lot of girls be afraid to ask their sex partner, like, what do you wash with? Because it could even be what they wash with. Like, you could be sensitive to their soap. Like me, I use Vagisil soap. I know that this podcast just got off topic, but I'll do a podcast dedicated to Girl Talk. But I use certain soaps. It could just be certain soaps that throw it off. So just keep that in mind. But just stay clean. Please stay clean. And don't let these men throw off your pH balance, because they out here cheating. My best recommendation is to get toys. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it's just too much going on with these men. They out here cheating. They're just out here doing anything they want to do. Please yourself. Forget these people. I know some people be wanting the real thing.
Okay, Miss B. Okay.
I get it, but just please yourself and just leave these men alone, because they're nasty, they're dirty, and they're cheaters. That's all I can say. And I'm going to be telling my sister the same thing when she gets older. They're nasty, they're dirty, and they're cheaters. That's my motto. So that's it for me, Miss T. If you have anything else to add on.
I may need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. What did I say? They nasty, they dirty, they cheaters.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay.
just stay tuned for the girl talk video, because I've been wanting to do that for the longest. I'm going to go give y'all some tips, and I'm going to spill some tea about these men as well.
Yes, Miss B, we look forward to Girl Talk. That may just be a new series that we have coming down the pipeline. You and I just doing some Girl Talk on various topics that will interest girls and women. Hey, if you're not getting it on your own, you can get it from us, because we have a whole lot of things to share from different perspectives that are going to be dedicated to women. Okay. So again, thank you so much, Miss B, for joining us. We have so many things lined up for us to discuss. Okay.
Yes.
I can't wait. We have KG coming. He has a whole lineup of things that he'll be talking about. So we look forward to bringing him on the podcast. And again, if you or someone you know want to join the podcast, we welcome and we would love to invite you to join. Okay. We can do our sessions via Zoom. So it's really easy to do. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, please continue to share, subscribe, rate, review, because your feedback provides us with lots of information on how to move forward. Thank you again for tuning in. This is your host, T, and Miss B, signing off, because we're healing over here.